everybody, welcome to yet another episode of The Big Question with SnG. I am once again Karan.
I am once again Dubara Varun.
I'm Kautuk.
I'm once again Dubara tomorrow and other
Part 2.
part 2.
And
The return.
we're back with yet another big question. And this week we have a question from one of you.
From Yash Kantaria.
yes.
And he asked us, why does Indian TV suck?
That's a great question.
I mean, he didn't say it like that. I'm just paraphrasing his question. But basically the point is that,
Yeah.
why does Indian TV suck?
And I think we have the perfect panel, right? Like everyone's at some point worked with TV or had like
Or has watched TV.
or
Yeah.
has watched
Or has
TV
been
Or has a
TV.
mother
So,
at home who has like one
let's-
TV tuned on some TV serial
Yeah.
in the hall,
Yeah.
which is always running.
Now, before we jump into it, let's talk about what TV we have all done.
So I did a lot of shows with MTV, and the last thing I did was I wrote this show called Sumit Samhalega on Star Plus.
Everybody loves Raymond.
Yeah, which was the remake of Everybody Loves Raymond.
What's the difference between what happened in America with Everybody Loves Raymond and what happened with Sumit Sambalega?
That's actually that's the reason I think that Indian TV kind of sucks because
One second. Have you got your money?
Oh yeah, I got everything.
Go for it. Go for it. साले क्या बोल रहे हो तेरे को बता?
Shit, I-
Because if he bitches them out, he will not get paid.
yeah, I'm not getting a
Yeah,
job
fun
after
fact
this.
on Indian TV, even if you don't bitch, you don't get paid sometimes. So if
Yeah.
you bitch,
Yeah.
forget about it.
Yeah, no, so there was a huge difference between like the process that the Americans followed and the process we follow. Okay, so in America you have like the script is the most important thing. Like they revere that over everything else. And so we had an American producer from the show come down. His name was Steve Scrovan. Okay, and this guy was taking us through the process. And that's when you realize why their TV is so amazing. Okay, so you writers, they have a writer's room. And it's like a job where all of them come and sit together and like 7 of them will write one episode. And this goes on for 1 week. Then so the whole episode to be produced takes a week. One episode takes a week. So you have a script run, then you have a table read with the actors, then you have a rehearsal, and then you shoot. So just the time and effort that you put in makes the quality much better. Whereas in India, so the other thing was that
Raymond turns into a fly and then
When they're rehearsing, they're like, shoot kar le.
just shoot.
yeah, so
Master
I-
like a master.
and the difference is also time, right? So in America, Raymond used to run once a week. And in India, we were told that it's going to be a
Thrice
daily-
every day.
Yeah,
And then repeat.
with a repeat, and then another rerun on Star Utsav.
Yeah.
So
I think that's part of the problem, right? The part of the problem that
Yeah.
the Indian studios feel like that Indians can't wait a week for an episode.
Absolutely,
Like
yeah.
we do for Game of Thrones every week.
Yeah.
For some
We
reason,
die, but we do.
For some reason, Sasural Simarka and all your other shows, they no. It has to happen.
Sasural Simarka is one whole episode by itself.
yeah.
Yeah.
It is just. We'll get to it. Huh, sorry.
So,
Yeah.
so let's move on to Varun. Varun, what's your TV?
So I started off my TV by writing for Channel V, MTV, Bindas. Then slowly moved into hosting and anchoring shows with them. So that's been my foray in TV. I did get offered a bunch of K soaps though.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, it was funny. One wanted me to be some Maharaja of some shit. And then when I asked him, I said, "तो आपके बाल एकदम अच्छे हैं," because I have to have long curly hair.
Curly hair,
So like, चल week पे पैसा बच जाएगा, इसको बना दे.
no, wait, weren't you also offered a spot on Comedy Nights?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes, he was.
Oh,
Wo-
yes.
what
He
is-
was off. So Comedy Nights with Kapil Sharma. Varun Thakur was offered a spot.
Okay, not offered. So I went for a meeting and we spoke about what can be done. And I had a couple of characters in my head. And one character I do really well is called Mamman Bhai. He is the biggest Salman Khan fan in the world. So I had pitched that character that sort of worked with them. And so I'm excited because at that point the show was killing. The ratings are off the roof. So I go home and tell my parents, I'm going to be on Comedy Nights. And they're like, they've gone everywhere. Arey, Varun Comedy Nights mein aa raha hai. Ye dekhna, wo dekhna. And then I don't get a call for like a few weeks. Then they called me back. They said, can you come in for a meeting? I go meet them. And they're like, yeah, Mamman is fine. But you know that other character that you have done on Film Fail? We've done a character called supporting actress through the years. Where I played a supporting actress. And they're like, bro, इसमें cross dress करने का potential है. So like, can you do that character?
You wanted to be what's the chick who crossed?
No. They were already on it.
What is the P se kuch hai na?
Palak
there's
and
Palak.
Yeah, but those guys were already doing it. Chiku and Sunil Grover. I would have been an additional.
A
if at
third
all,
woman,
a
man.
Man,
Third woman.
Why
man,
why
woman.
why are we so insistent on having men play women? I have a reason for this.
You know, I don't want to be biased, but like if you watch Monty Python, right?
Mhm.
They
Yeah,
always played women.
yeah, but
and
they
I
did
still
really-
it doesn't
but there was
I don't
very,
doesn't feel
major
cringeworthy.
I'll tell you why. What's
But
the
here
difference
when
is.
you watch it, it does.
I'll tell you what the difference is, because here they play women for a reason. Okay, first of all, the comedic timing that Monty Python had, nobody else
obviously,
had.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna-
Which is why they played the women themselves. They had an option. They could easily cast somebody, but they quickly realized, and I was reading about this, they quickly realized that no, the people
one
are not
could-
getting it. And they did use a lot of women. If you
Yeah,
watch their
yeah,
movies,
yeah, they
there
did.
were women,
Hmm.
but they didn't give him the big parts, the funny parts. They gave him the, because they could not.
Sexist.
It was not sexist. It's about ability. It's not about man, woman. It's about comedic timing.
Who can do it well?
In
Absolutely.
India, I feel it's because they want to give certain attributes. For example, that Ali guy, Ali Asgar, is that his name?
Yeah,
Ali.
he was a
Yeah,
grandmother.
yeah.
He plays
The Dadi.
Dadi. But why does he play Dadi? Because Dadi is always drunk and Dadi is a philanderer. Dadi wants to bang everybody. Right now, if a woman was playing that, that would be sexist. So it's a part, two parts. They would be victimized. The show would be like, "Arey, ye ladki ko bivdi bana rahe hai. This is wrong." Not only ladki, aurat, who's in the 60s probably. You know, so that's really But now, since it's a man playing it, chalo, chalta hai. It's funny.
No, but the other thing I want to bring up is that is it also because like I mean across the board in Indian TV I found that women don't play comedy characters, they play off of comedy characters.
Correct.
So it's always the women being like, oh, you drink too much, and the guy's like, ha ha ha, joke.
But that's changing with someone like Melissa McCarthy. You know, she's
Yeah.
like, if you look at Hollywood, even Hollywood has the same problem, right?
Yeah.
If you look at sitcoms, when you think of Friends, for example, you don't think of you don't think of Monica and Phoebe. See,
Rachel,
Phoebe,
yeah.
Phoebe,
Phoebe
yeah,
to some
Lisa
extent.
Kudrow to a
But
great extent.
But look, compare it to Ross, Chandler, and Joey.
Yeah.
They have all the punchlines.
Rachel.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Rachel. Always thought.
What? What did you
Yeah,
thought?
yeah,
What did you thought?
What did you thought? Tell us what you
I
thought.
thought it a lot of things. It was always Rachel, Chandler, Joey.
So moving on with your experience
Fantasies.
at comedy nights with Kapil.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, that didn't end up happening. And then the last thing that we did with Kautik and I both worked on and Bridge, it was called The List with Varun Thakur. It was a show I did on MTV Indies. That was fun because
yeah.
that didn't sort of put me in a K series space. I could do stuff. We did a lot of sketches. So yeah, it was fun.
Okay, so I've only done one thing on TV. That's Coffee with Karan.
And by
Oh,
the way,
right.
what he wrote became the motto of that season. Huh?
Yeah.
If you woke up at gunpoint, what was it?
No. If you were held at
At gunpoint.
which person you would have sex with?
Yeah, no. If it was a guy, which other guy would you have sex with?
Yeah.
And if it was a girl, obviously he didn't ask any of the women this.
Yeah.
Because gay
Yeah.
is funny.
Women
lesbians
don't
not.
have sex on TV, okay? Like, let's be honest.
So Coffee with Karan was again a bizarre experience because it was just, I mean, nothing. After episode 4 or 5, I stopped hearing from them. So I was sending in scripts and there was nothing coming back. So basically I was writing for myself because
Every day I'm writing.
because I was writing, sending, nothing was being used, no feedback was coming. So I didn't know if it was working or what they wanted or if they wanted something different. It was the most bizarre experience, and then I realized that this TV is never going to happen for me. It's just never. I'm never going to find a. I sat with comedy nights with couples, by the way. I sat with the producers in front of them, and I even worked on one episode with them from a writing point of view. But I did not understand what they were trying to do. For them, it was, the episode was David Dhawan was coming with his son, Varun Dhawan. So we're like, okay, we'll dress up this character in a newspaper, and he'll be like a Govinda duplicate who wants to be in David Dhawan's movie. But I was like, wait, doesn't this guy do the same thing every time? He's like, हाँ, but it's funny, chalta hai.
I didn't get it.
Yeah,
Why
that's-
is he in paper?
Because back in the 90s, Govinda used to dress up in newspapers.
Oh, that.
Oh, like
In
that.
David Dhawan movies.
Hey, Govinda,
Yeah,
there's a thing
yeah.
called Raddiwala.
Something number 1.
Raddiwala fashion.
That was
Raddiwala.
everything he did.
No, but
Other?
I've not done anything on TV, but I've gone to some really weird meetings with Thakur about new sketch shows. That so we go to the meeting and we walk up to this office. This is a dingy little shitty office, and we can't stand straight because apparently
We're
everybody
tall
in the
and-
office is
yeah, so
5'2".
Yeah.
Yeah. So we get in there and we're sitting there for the longest time, and then this guy comes in, the director, who's doped out of his mind. Doped. He's just fucking high as shit, and he comes in and so we're gonna make something like so SNL, and he's like, वहाँ पे ठाकुर हम एक दूसरे को
Yeah.
देखते बोलते हैं, ये नहीं होने वाला
So
है.
it's going to be
कुछ-
like SNL. Bro, have you even seen SNL? They've been doing that for 40 years. अब जाके ये लोग ठीक हुए हैं और हम लोग अब भी.
Every channel has this ideal that they want to do this, they want to do that, but
Yeah.
they are so scared. Because you know why TV shows are stupid? Because they think we are stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
No, but that's the thing. People are leading them to believe that they're stupid because they keep watching that. See,
People
No,
still
no,
watch
I'll
it,
tell you,
right?
I'll tell you
I've seen
honestly,
people
one
in
thing,
my
one second,
house,
sorry.
huh.
Throughout the early 2000s, I've actually seen Saas Bhi Bahu Thi,
Yeah.
Kahi Kisi Rose.
ये तो घर में एक टीवी होता था.
नहीं वो ठीक है लेकिन मैं देखता था not because एक टीवी because मेरे को अच्छा लग रहा है. Because I'm not kidding. I'm sorry to admit this, but I've actually sat down and watched it. I will also. Fuck you, Chut. I'm being
So
honest.
when Simar turned into a fly, did it hurt
Chut,
you
no,
like as much as
that
Hudo
was back
dying?
in the day. That was back in the day.
Just
Because there was this phase, right, for like
what,
5
the
to
whole
10
world has
years.
spoiled shit. Huh.
People were just watching and consuming this Saas Bahu shit in different forms. Saas Bahu with horror, Saas
Yeah.
Bahu with drama, Saas Bahu sporting angles, Saas
Saas
Bahu
Bahu with vampire.
vampire, Saas Bahu, like everything. There was an alien Saas Bahu also.
आज का
suddenly.
खून किसने चूस लिया सारा?
That's
बहू
what it- now you
खून
can't.
जमाने नहीं रखा. हाँ.
Now you just absolutely can't. Do you like anything on Indian TV?
On no.
Like even the reality shows, for
No,
example.
there's this one. Okay, so there are people. So sometimes क्या होता है the people who like my mom and like my grandmother. I've seen my grandmother sit and watch a comedy show like बैठे and it's a comedy show and there's laughter track and there's people falling all over and my grandmother's watching like this. That's like there is no expression on her face. She's not enjoying herself at all.
Just there need to
हाँ,
be
बस
something moving.
कुछ चल रहा है वहाँ पे.
in front of me.
Partly, I think she wasn't putting her hearing aids in, so maybe that is also
Radhi, you
a
had one job
contributing factor.
before you watch TV.
No.
Put the hearing aid on.
Okay, let's get to why the stupidity of shows. Let's start digging in and,
Yeah,
and let's
okay.
start using examples. Okay, so I want to start off with the way editing and sound effects are used.
Yeah.
To show drama.
Yeah.
You know the zoom ins and the zoom outs. And I was showing him.
Ram Kapoor yesterday. We were in
Okay.
the office and he was showing me a clip of Ram Kapoor
Huh.
Yeah.
noticing his wife. Like
In a
maybe
car.
maybe
Huh.
she's gone away and then suddenly they're bringing the character back. For 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
I feel
But
For
it's 2.5
minutes.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like I genuinely feel that our scripts are literally 2 pages long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
फिर
उतना
उसके
टाइम वो
बाद
गाड़ी सिग्नल पे खड़ी थी उतना टाइम खाली ये गया नहीं उसके पास.
अरे you know, editors they're like अच्छा आपके पास कौन से effects हैं? सर मेरे पास ये हैं use करो ये. Basically whatever effects है use सब कर लो.
अब use
Sir, switch zoom. Okay, sir.
आज शूटिंग कम हुआ है तो 2.5 मिनट भरना है हम लोग को.
No, but that's the thing. That's how they bhara even in Tarak Mehta. Okay, so if you watch Tarak Mehta, the actual content
Yeah.
of stuff happening
Yeah.
in the episode
Oh, yeah.
is 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Episode is 22 minutes long because every time something happens, okay,
Yeah.
you'll have every character in that fucking building
reacting.
who reacts in his or her own way. You know, अरे हम तारक मेहता साहब हमें ये करना चाहिए. So cut to first the Marathi guy, the secretary. हाँ हाँ बरोबर करना चाहिए. Okay, that happens. Then you go to the Parsi guy. However, Parsi speak, I can't even. हाँ, Dikro. Then after that you have Punjabi guy who goes बोलो
चकते फटे.
चकते फट्टे पापा जी whatever. Then you have the Iyer. Okay, sorry, Ayyo, and he has 3 white lines. Ayyo, and then they have one guy called Dr. Hathi. He's just a fat dude.
Dr.
Like,
Hathi.
did you not get that he was fat? Let me put it further. His name is Hathi. Get it? He has a fat wife and a fat kid.
Oh God. But
And
there's
every time you see him,
there's
there's just an elephant ka awaz that comes.
You know, why don't they just call it like Tarak Mehta ka seedha stereotype? It should be called that.
That has to be the line of
What
the
is the
fucking
ulta chashma? What is the ulta? There's nothing
show.
ulta
Magic
about
is
it.
saying differently or
Oh,
some
acha.
shit, dude. Whatever. It's a new
You know,
emotion
okay,
come out now.
so we talk about comedies. I've noticed one thing. Nobody laughs, and I've seen comedy as a couple also. Nobody really laughs at these shows.
At the show.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you seen
All
the
the laughs
audience?
have to be inserted.
No, so they have 3 dudes whose only job on set is to have a placard that says laugh.
Laugh.
Yeah.
So
So
they
they
just
junior
put it-
artists sitting there just.
So dude, my friend did a piece on that where you know people are shoved into the studio
Yeah.
for 14, 18 hours.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to go to the fucking loo.
Yeah.
So they're just there
My God.
holding their pee and laughing at command.
Okay, I've been to
That's
the
galat,
studio.
bro.
I've been to a studio and I've sat through a whole episode. In fact, I have a photograph of me sitting in there, and I'll share it with you guys.
Karan, like, going through his misery.
I was-
I have a photograph, man.
I was in,
I went through this.
so I saw the highway episode, okay, with Alia and Randeep
Randeep
Hooda.
Hooda.
People are outside. They're given nothing to eat. They're just outside in a line in the heat. Then they put inside. It's negative 15 degrees in that studio. It is kept so cold, and then they just sit there for 2 hours. So you're hot, then you're really cold.
Yeah.
You're probably
And
kind
then
of-
you have a Sidhu.
Yeah, and you have Sidhu
no.
just laugh.
Then Sidhu comes. Sidhu comes, sits, and basically it is Sidhu's job in that show is he basically starts the chain of laugh, right? So
Oh
when
my
you have one
God.
person laughing, so fuck the joke. The joke
What
can
a
be
job though.
the joke can be really dumb. If Sidhu's laughing, then people are laughing at
Automatically.
Sidhu. So it becomes this chain reaction of laugh. So as
The laugh is coming out in some way or the
yeah,
other.
as comedian. But what you do in post, so watching it live and watching in post was two different things. Those puddings,
Huh.
that comes in. So now what happens is what they'll do is they take cuts of people laughing
Huh.
and they'll put the pudding in and they will just patch it up to make it look like a flawless show. They took retakes.
Huh.
They took retakes because Kapil was like, नहीं नहीं वापस करते हैं. It's a live show, man. Retake करते हैं and they shot over 8 hours.
But it makes you wonder, like, why do you even have an audience in that case?
No, okay.
know?
So
To make it feel like it's
okay, so
real.
this happened. We were. I remember the one stint I had with TV. It was Utsav Chakravarti, me, Daniel Fernandez, and I forget the fourth comedian. And there was this thing MTV was doing. It was a series of shorts by Bijoy Nambyar.
Hmm.
So it was supposed to be this college environment, and all of us were supposed to do stand up in a half pipe for skateboards. Because that's a great stage. And they got 500 extras from Bhayandar. And this is Daniel Fernandez, me, Utsav. Now we go on stage and we're making jokes, but they realize that, अरे, English. तो the director went कि जब मैं ऐसे हाथ उठाऊं तो सब लोग जब भी वो बात करना बंद करे तो हंसना. तो Utsav goes on stage and goes, "Hi, I'm Utsav." Guys, that wasn't a joke.
Arey, shut up!
Guys, this is getting weird. It's just fucking-
I don't understand, but this is the best
Poor
of my
guy,
life.
Okay, everyone leave.
Yeah, it's so fucking.
All right, well that's for Indian television. There's a lot more we haven't covered, obviously.
Yeah, and obviously we can't do that in one episode. Maybe we'll come revisit it again.
If you guys have questions about
Maybe
Indian-
we'll do a daily podcast for just Indian television every day. Just
for the next year.
Pretentious television reviews.
Guys, we have a life, so we
Yeah.
won't. But
Actually, speak for yourself, buddy.
you don't. Anyway, that's it from us. This has been the big question with SnG. Like I said, like we've said before, if you have any questions that you want answered by us, please leave them in the comment section below, and we'll see you next week. Tada.
Go fuck yourselves.
Khuda Hafiz.
This high protein diet that he's on, it makes him go to the bathroom like 3 times every day.
And
so-
makes his penis shorten every day.
Firstly, the couple can't have beef because it's against Indian culture. Okay, so when it comes, you can just blur it. Huh?